How are you guys, and welcome to the Freakin Rican restaurant channel. Today we'll be making shrimp in salsa roja. Welcome guys. So now we are going to start with some large shrimp. That you could get it frozen, fresh, however you like, frozen, raw, clean, not clean. But this here is peeled and it is cleaned. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the bag. So as you see the color of the shrimp, this means that the shrimp is uncooked. When it's cooked, it gets a nice kind of reddish orange color. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a whole bunch of these. I would probably say this is about 2 pounds. So I'm gonna put quite a few. So that's about 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, about 15. Because I'm going to cook dinner as well. So we're going to put about 15 right here. And I'm going to just put this away. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse them underwater. Okay? So give it a good rinse. Because remember, they're frozen. So a quick rinse, throw out the water. And now what you're going to do is, this has a little bit of water, so let's leave a tiny bit. And what we're going to do is put them on the stove on a very low flame, because all I want to do is kind of cook them up, but I want to do that separately. Alright, so in a very low flame, and what we're going to do is we're going to leave this covered. And we're going to leave that cooking while we start on our peppers and onions. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our pepper. First of all, you need a green pepper. Let's take off that right there. Give it a nice good rinse. Red pepper. 1, 2, 3. A good rinse. Get off this label here. We don't want to eat labels, so we're gonna get this off. Ay, what did I do? There you go. It's off, and now I'm gonna get my knife right here, and we are going to start. We're gonna use half of the red pepper and half of the green pepper. Now, when choosing the red pepper, at least for this recipe, really for all of my recipes, I prefer you to get a red pepper that's really red and vibrant, because the taste is going to be amazing. When they're pale, they don't have such a rich taste, so you always want to look for it to be really red. Okay, so if you could see, this one is very red. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slice it in half. Okay, just take out this part right here with the seeds, just like that. We want to take out all of this white part. I'm gonna slice it here so I could continue to take out the white part, because the white part really has no taste, and I don't like it. So just clean that out, just like that. Chop that off. And now what we're going to do is we're going to rinse this off real quick, just to take off any seeds, because we don't need these seeds. 1, 2, 3. That's done. Perfect. Now we're going to get the green pepper and do the same thing. And use about half. You can use a little less than half if you choose to. Run that by some water. And now what I'm going to do is just slice it. You don't want them too thin, because then when you cook them, they're gonna disappear. So you want is nice chunks. And it's okay if 1 or 2 seeds goes into it, that's no problem. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're gonna take the red pepper and do the exact same thing. Put them together, dice them up. Always be careful with your fingers. Actually, I'm gonna use a little more red. So there you go. Perfect. That's good. Now I'm gonna take a little less than half of an onion. So yeah, just like that. Take off the peel. It always helps when you have nails. I don't really have nails, but take off the peel. Just rinse it through water, and we're gonna do the same thing. Just like that. So I went long ways. Make sure it's nice and together, and then do the same thing. Okay, so that's your onions. And now in my Puerto Rican pilón, you know you have to have a Puerto Rican pilón in your house if you're Puerto Rican. So in my pilón I have 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, so I have the 3 cloves of garlic, and what I'm gonna do is in the pilón I'm gonna use some strength and smash them up. Hopefully one doesn't hit me in the eye. So you never know what to expect in my videos, right? But use some strength and get in there and machacar el ajo. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you want it to look. Smash those garlic cloves up. Now since we have this part done, now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna give a quick rinse to my saucepan. And at the same time, I am going to stir the shrimp. But it's really low. You want to keep the stove on really low because you don't want to overcook it. You just want them to cook and get that nice orangey color. Okay, so we stir that up. And now what we're gonna do is, there we go. We're gonna turn on the saucepan, just like this. And I got a nice fresh haircut for you guys today, and I shaved. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna put a little olive oil, and this is cold pressed olive oil. So you could use any olive oil of your choice or canola oil. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat this up because this is a little wet. Let me actually get a Bounty. I'm gonna get a Bounty. And you can't throw out the Bounty after you use it, alright? You gotta rinse it and save it and hang it, okay? Just like our moms used to do. So you don't throw it out, okay? Porque eso cuesta mucho dinero. Alright. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little olive oil. That's about good. That would be about a little more. 2 tablespoons. So that would be about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Alright, let that heat up. I still have the oil, the flame on high. I'm gonna lower it down to about medium. Let this heat up. And while that is heating up, I'm gonna get a spoon. Give this a minute to kind of heat up. You want it to be nice and hot. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the peppers and the onions, okay? So obviously you hear it that it's hot. You hear the sizzle of the oil, which is exactly what you want to hear. And now I'm going to take the garlic that we mashed in the pilon. Okay. So look, you could actually see that the garlic ends up coming out to a heaping tablespoon of fresh garlic. Okay? So, 1 heaping tablespoon, which means a really, really big full tablespoon of garlic. Okay, and this is gonna be really fragrant. If you have mojo, you could use the mojo as well, but for this I like to just do the fresh garlic. So we're gonna have that cooking up in there. I'm gonna check up on my shrimp again. So that is good, it's cooking up. So I wanna do that. Leave that there. I'm going to raise up the flame just a little bit. And this is cooking up really nicely. So you want to let this cook up for a couple minutes, okay? So, and you want it to be on a medium flame. So we're going to cook this up for about, let's say, 3-4 minutes, okay? So it is still cooking up here. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little salt. So I'm not even going to tell you how much salt. Just a pinch. So there you go. That's it. Just a little pinch and a little pinch of black pepper. Okay? Just to start giving these peppers a taste right now. So that's what we're going to do. And so this is cooking up really nicely. So we want to cook them up, basically get them to a nice caramel color. So that's why you want the flame at a medium. And we're just going to put that there. And we're also going to add some jalapeno to this because I want a little kick to boost up your metabolism. Alright, so jalapeno is amazing for the metabolism. So if you're trying to lose a little weight, this is the way to go. Okay, add a little spice to it. So what we're going to do, and when choosing your vegetables, look how beautiful this jalapeno is. It's so beautiful and so green. So this is what you want. Okay, you always want to make sure that your vegetables look pretty. You know, because we all like pretty things. And so food should look beautiful. So here we have it, and what we're going to do is just make sure when you touch a jalapeno, you might want to put on gloves, because if you make the mistake of touching your eyes or anything, wow, then you're going to be leaving me bad comments because your eye is going to be on fire. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight, and we're going to just cut this kind of in half. This is a little less than half, and we don't want the seeds, okay? Because a lot of you will not be able to resist that heat, because the heat is just too intense. Okay, so we're gonna cut out the seeds. I'm gonna give it a quick rinse, and once again, I want to give this a stir. Now it's picking up that nice caramel color, which is what we want, but you always have to keep an eye on it because you don't want it to burn, okay? We're gonna leave that right there, and quickly we're gonna cut up this jalapeno and throw it in there. And so I'm just doing it into small pieces. Once again, be careful with your fingers. And we're going to throw that in there, okay? Make sure to not put any seeds because it'll be really hot. Alright, so we're not using the seeds. It's going to give it heat, but I think it'll be bearable. And And you could also do it without the jalapeno. That just adds a little more spice, a little more kick. Okay, so that is looking amazing. And it smells amazing. So now what we are going to do is, let me check up on the shrimp. So the shrimp looks great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the shrimp. And now what we are going to do is add tomato sauce. Okay. So we're going to add, this is Goya, but you could use any tomato sauce of your liking. Okay, and just sprinkle this. So we're going to use the whole can of tomato sauce. And now we're going to lower the flame. You're going to put the flame on low, low, low. Give this a stir. Just like that. Okay. So now the flame is on low. And now what we are going to do, let me get this out of the way because I don't like a mess. So I'm going to rinse off this kind of spatula. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of onion powder. So there you go. Onion powder. Here we have a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half a teaspoon of coriander, a quarter teaspoon of cumin. And as you see, I turned off the shrimp, which I thought I had turned it off a minute ago, but I didn't. So, so the shrimp is off and has a lot of nice juice. So you definitely want that juice. A little salt here that I didn't put in. And now what we're gonna add is a little oregano. So we're gonna use about a teaspoon of oregano. And so here we have a teaspoon of oregano, and this is about a half a teaspoon of vinegar. Okay? I'm gonna give this a nice stir. You wanna give it a nice stir. Remember to put the flame really, really low. And now what we are going to do is we're gonna add the shrimp. Okay? So I used up really about a pound because I ended up, the shrimp really got so small that I like enough shrimp. So here is a pound, and you see the color of when the shrimp is cooked. It's a nice kind of orangey reddish color. So this is how you know the shrimp is cooked. And all that juice, we want that juice. So now you throw in the shrimp just like so. Try not to make a mess. And we're gonna give it a nice stir. And I think I'm gonna change my spoon and get an actual spoon instead of what I'm using. So give me a second. So I changed and got a real spoon. Just obviously when using a spoon like this, just be careful you don't scratch your saucepan. So be nice and gentle. So I'm just really stirring this up. It looks so good. So you can make this with rice, white rice. You can make this with mofongo. You can make this in tacos. So you could use this recipe for so many different things. But just look how amazing it looks. It looks beautiful. And now I'm gonna just take a quick taste just to see if it needs anything else. So I'm gonna just stir it up. I'm gonna take just a little taste, okay? Very, very good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cook up a bit, okay? In low flame, okay? So I almost forgot, we're gonna add a little bit of water to this. So we're gonna add a 1/3 cup of water. Just like that. I'm gonna rinse out. And we're gonna give it a stir. Because I think what happened was I had the shrimp a little too high and it wasn't enough water. So you want it to be a little more moist. So I'm just gonna put this like this. There you go, that looks good. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover it for about 5 to 10 minutes. So the peppers cook up a little bit more and the jalapeno. So we are going to cover it up for, like I said, about 10 minutes, okay? So now we have uncovered it. It has been 10 minutes. We're gonna add a tablespoon of brown sugar. So there we go. That's my little secret. So I took a smaller spoon because I want to make sure that I stir in the brown sugar really well. And it's been 2 minutes already. And we are officially finito, done. So this is a really quick and easy recipe that you can make anytime for your family. Alright, and they're gonna love it. Okay, so now it's gonna be, of course, the best time of all, the time for me to taste. I'm so excited, I can't even talk. It looks so good, and I love seafood, so I love shrimp. Here goes, time to taste. Look how beautiful it looks. So, let me get, oh my god, it tastes, can't wait. So I wanna get some sauce with the white rice. I'm gonna snap a little piece of the shrimp. Give me 1 second, bear with me, guys. Oh my god, it doesn't want to. Okay, perfect. So now, perfect. So good. So good. The only thing that I'm missing is some maduros. I would really love some maduros with this. So I think I'm gonna make a few. But it's such a delicious and quick recipe. So you can make this probably in like 20, 15 minutes. And your family's gonna enjoy it. Have the kids come in and help you, maybe like teach them how to dice up peppers, or with a knife that isn't so sharp, and involve them. But thank you once again for watching this and all of our videos. Please remember to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, even share our videos. Share our videos, tag someone. Remember, our website is thefreakinrestaurant.com. You can find us at Facebook, The Freakin Rican Restaurant, YouTube, obviously, The Freakin Rican Restaurant. And we love you so much. I get so nervous when it's time for the slogan, but la vida es mejor, todo es mejor, todo es mejor con un buen sabor. I said it right? La vida es mejor con un buen sabor. Todo es mejor con un buen sabor. Todo es mejor con un buen sabor. There you go, guys. I love you. Con un buen sabor, todo es mejor. I got it.